What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. So I've been taking some time out to work on this thing right here because I thought that the black was a little bit dead, not really dead, but it was really giving the car that aggressive stand out, more of like a little dim look. So I wanted to find a color now that could spruce up the front of the car and give the car like a whole different flavor. So went ahead and did this, and as you can see, I smooth out the front end of the car some more so everything can blend in and just follow through. And it's looking really good. You can drop a like if you're liking it yourself. And as you can see here, there's a vent here, and that's for a fan that is basically right on top of the motor, and that is going to be pulling air down on top of the motor now for cooling, because as I posted in my previous video, I did up the gearing on the motor, and that's going to raise temperatures. And I'm not really trying to blow the motor or anything, but we're trying new things as time goes along. And as you can see, it gives the car a whole different flavor. And I have another project behind the scenes that I'm going to be introducing to the channel soon, and it's mainly because of that why I decided to spray the car in this type of blue. So you can stay tuned for that. I'll be revealing that soon. Some people are a little bit curious and what is the aim with this car. And overall it all started out as just a chassis that I bought because I was curious about the whole front wheel drive thing and how I could make a RC car look like the real deal. The electronics that I have in it right now, I am going to run with it, but I'm going to be changing it out. But I'm very curious to see that if some of what I've been doing will make a difference with the whole changes that I've made. For example, a lot more weight at the front. I am running smaller tires at the back now, smaller than the ones before. And I did take some more weight out of the back of the car and all that stuff. So I'm very curious though to see what those modifications will do. And before I up the gearing. In last summer when I was making pulls, the diff was very loose, so it was doing a lot of slipping. So I did manage to tighten that up and change bearings and all of that. So we're gonna go out and see what that will do. I've noticed over time though that with front wheel drive builds, it takes a long time to really dial the car in. And as I said before in the channel, I'll be upgrading the remote as well to see how best I can minimize some of the wheel spin, because the setup that I have on this car is very powerful actually. However, it's just now to manage all of that power and to dial it in on the 132 feet. But I don't think I really have to change the setup. It's more of minimizing the wheel spin. But I still want to change it regardless because I want the top speed to be around 60 miles per hour. And maybe this setup can do it. However, I want to see if something else can be done overall. And overall, give the car a fresh look. But the setup overall can manage and maybe bring it to around 2.8, 2.9. You can see the only difference is that I added the fan now, and the fan is basically on top of the motor vent, and that is what's going to be pulling the air down into the vent. And that is why I had the hole at the top of the bonnet when I have on the body. And as I said before, a lot of weights now at the front, and hoping that will let me get some traction in and get the car gripping. This is not your regular Tamiya FF03 because it's gutted and way lighter than the chassis that comes from factory. So as I said, since I've done all of this stuff and the car has crashed, I haven't really got much time to really put down the power on it since it has gotten a lot lighter. So this time around, when the winter eases up, it will be fun. And I'm betting that we'll be definitely shaving down some of the time, so we just have to stay tuned for that, guys. But that's the build for now, and stay tuned. As you can see, the car is looking way different. And oh, by the way, this is my new setup, guys. It's been a minute since I didn't really have a nice aesthetically pleasing background, even though it's something very simple, but had to make a change and start out with something fresh for the new year, and that's what it is. So again, like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned. As I said, the new look is looking aggressive, looking brighter, more flavor. So stay tuned, guys.